Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, Reverend Eliot, coming to you live from the city of New York, where we get together every Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific to go through the wonderful window of the tarot. That's what we're going to do tonight. And we'll spend some time taking phone calls, discussing a little esoteric lore, and hey, maybe, doing a few things. Well, as some of you can see, we're doing things a little differently today. It only took me 14 years to catch up to 1952, but here I am. And some of you can see me, and others are just going to hear the podcast, which is my speed. But hey, what the heck, right? But hey, it's good to be here. I'm so tired of the one thing I wish about computers is that they all work like pianos, that if you can play one piano, you can play any piano. But no, these computers are all different, and it was giving me a hard time. I had to really work around some kind of bizarre system in order to get into Skype with video, even though with almost everybody else, it's simple. Nothing is simple in the life of the esoteric practitioner. Let me put it to you that way. But we're having nice weather here in New York. It's going along very well. 60 degrees we hit, and it was a good day for walking, so I did a little walking today. Not much from here to the cab at the corner, but that's in New York. That's considered walking. And things are coming along nicely here medically. I will keep you updated. As some of you know, I missed all but 15 shows last year because of a dreaded illness, which is putting me on the you better watch out list. But I'll get through it. I'm coming along fine. And one of the things I love doing is doing the Reverend Eliot's Magical Window show and talking to you every week at 11 o'clock New York time. We've been selling books lately like crazy, which is a good sign. I'm hoping that means that the economy is straightening out. The last couple of weeks, we sold about 4 sets of the 10 Lost Books of the Prophets. Now, there's a book. Check out 10lostbooksoftheprophets.com. There's a set of books. It's 10 books, fully restored from a 1930s original. And I've got to stop saying "and." I do that a lot. Now I'm getting self-conscious. I'm getting very self-conscious about that. But these are very good books if you want to get into the esoteric occult lore, and you want to start. And this is a good place to start, is with that. I mean, the good place not to start is the equinox. I would recommend you get those books. And I've got an offer. I did it again. And you see, I've got an offer. You know what I'm going to do? There's an old trick. If you have a habit that you want to break, put a rubber band on your wrist, and every time you do the thing you don't want to do, snap that sucker. And that's an easier version of the actual technique. The actual technique is to take a razor blade and cut your arm as you do it. And I'm not willing to go that far to break a bad habit. And let's just say it's an idiosyncrasy. It's not necessarily a bad habit, but that's the way it goes. But the equinox, that's a wonderful advanced set of esoteric lore. But the 10 Lost Books of the Prophets, it totals 320 pages, and it's been, and see, I did it again. Of all the things to be self-conscious about, there's that, right? A verbal tick. The books will introduce you to things culled from various classic esoteric manuals, otherwise known as grimoires, and they will guide you into the world of esoteric lore and give you a really good grounding in the magical techniques. I highly recommend it. Now, that's the good news. The not so good news is it's kind of expensive, but it is 10 books, and they are well under $10 each. But it's a little costly, and the way I recommend doing it, if you go to the 10 Lost Books of the Prophets, you'll see you can buy it at Amazon. You can sometimes get it through eBay. somebody is selling my books, by the way. I have to put that up there at the website because somebody is selling copies of my books that I sell for like $7 each. He's selling them for $26 each. You know, that's pathetic. That's sad. But hey, you know, you always go to the source. Go to 10mostbooksoftheprophets.com, and the best way to get these is to get it from the printing plant. It costs less because there's less involved for me. I don't pack it and ship it. The printing plant will do it. And you will get also from time to time, if you keep an eye on my Twitter feed at Rev Eliot, capital R-E-V-E-L-I, capital E-L-I-O-T, you will see discounts. Like right now, there's a 15% sale. Now, 15% isn't a gigantic sale, but that'll knock out most of your shipping charge. So there you go, and that makes it very good. Now, I am all for the injunction from the grimoire called the Black Pullet that you should not haggle when you're buying esoteric materials. No, don't do that. Don't haggle, they say. But that doesn't mean you should be taken advantage of. And if there's a cheaper way to get it, especially in these days after 4 years of massive inflation, which is finally, they say, lower today than it's been in 3 years. Bravo. Finally, thank you. Take a look at the least expensive option. And if there's any of the books that I do that you like, such as Unmasking Fear, or my book called Reverend Eliot's Magickal Window, which will teach you how to read tarot cards yourself. Look at that, I'm knocking things over already. I haven't even had a drink in years, and I'm knocking things over. The way to do it is to get them through the printing plant because it's less expensive, and from time to time they go on sale, and I let you know when that happens. So please keep an eye out for that. Well, it's good to be back with you. It's good to do 2 consecutive shows. Now there's a rarity. 2 consecutive shows, Steepers. Am I getting to? Is this going to be a habit now? I'm going to not miss any shows. I certainly hope so. So anyway, let's do this. Let's get going because this is an exciting new development to the Magickal Window, and I want to get right to it. So I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now, 1, 2, 3, to declare sacred space. And now we'll pull back the curtain on the Magickal Window for Rosemary in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Hi, Rosemary. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
Well, let's see if we can make that better. What can I look at for you?
Chaos. I have a lot of chaos going on. I guess relationship, moving with it, or to a different country with it, if they're coming to get me, or they're going to communicate with me, or whatever you can get with that.
Well, the first card I have is the 10 of Cups. Cups are about romance and emotion and happiness, and that's the happiest card in the deck practically. There's a few other cards that are just about as happy, but this is one of the top ones, and it's a beauty. And it's about romance and family and a happy home. So it's very good. Whatever's going on in your life now that you don't like is about to change. I see that with the Wheel of Fortune. And then the 7 of Rods, I see that any trouble that comes up in your life, you're going to be able to push that away. That's followed by the Knight of Cups, which is the appearance of romance in your life. Are you in a relationship now or looking for something new?
Looking for something new.
Well, it's coming. That's what the Knight is. The Knight of Cups is a very good card for that because it's the beginning of a new relationship, a new emotional adventure, let's say, because the Knights jump around and the Knights are very adventurous. But it may not be, it'll be fun, it'll be good, it'll be exciting. It may not last, but you'll enjoy it while it's there. On the other hand, I have here next the card called the Sun. I don't know if you can see that. The Sun card is very happy, and that is another card like the 10 of Cups. You got 2 of the happiest cards in the deck, the 10 of Cups and the Sun. So you're going to be doing all right. I think you're going to get what you want, and it's going to do very well for you. How's that?
Appreciate it.
Anything else you want to look at?
I guess this, the situation I'm in right now with my brother, like, if it's gonna get cleared very soon, and so I can move forward and leave.
Well, let's shuffle up the cards a little bit more and see what we've got. One more time. And, well, it's a difficult situation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you how I know that, because of the card of the Chariot. The Chariot shows a person who is on a chariot, obviously, with two horses, usually presented as a sphinx, each one. One is black and one is white, meaning they're opposites, meaning they're pulling you in different directions. Means the situation is trying to pull you apart in many ways, but you're strong enough to guide that chariot so that you keep it together. You keep them going the way you want them to. The Queen of Swords tells me that you're very well grounded mentally, that your mind is very clear and clean, and you know what you need to do. Is that correct?
Pretty much, but not sure. So
Well,
I can't afford like a lawyer and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, that was the next card I have here is the four rather of coins. The five, forget it. The five is bad. The four of coins is somebody who has to be very careful with money, and that, as you say, there you go. That's lawyers and all. But if you need to, is this a criminal case or is it a civil thing?
Pretty much more a little bit of both. What my brother's been doing.
Well, because if lawyers, obviously, if a person can't afford a lawyer, the government will provide one. But if it doesn't fall into that, or if you don't quite make it to qualify, check around with various law firms. A lot of them do pro bono work anyway. So see if you can find one, because that's important. Now the next thing is, these next two cards are about money also, but that means money coming in. I've got the 10 of coins and the 6 of coins, and those are about getting money and doing very well and being comfortable. So it looks like money is in your future. It's just you've got to hang on to it now. You've got to be careful with it at this point, okay?
Okay.
But
cool.
But what I see about the overall situation is that you're doing a very good job of handling it emotionally and mentally. So that's good. You're not letting it break you down. Here's another one. It's the King of Coins. See, there's money in your future. Let me put it that way, okay? There's definitely money in your future. So if you can stick it out, that you may have an offer that you can take advantage of, okay?
Okay.
I will light a white candle for you to send positive energy your way and for your brother. How's that?
I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for calling, and the best of luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye now. And you're listening to Reverend Eliot's Magical Window on the Ask One Radio Network, where we've gotten together for I'm in my 14th year now. This is over 13 years I've been doing this. This is remarkable. But like I said, I missed most of the shows last year. So I'm making up for that, by the way, by doing private readings for anybody who wants one. There are two strata here. If you're a listener or now viewer, let's say, of Reverend Eliot's Magical Window, you can get a free mini reading from me. Now, that's not a full reading, so to speak. It's a small reading. But I found that almost every one of these I've done answers the question sufficiently. So it's not a come on to get a bigger reading. It's just take advantage of it. Get a free mini reading from me. Just send me an email at asktarot, ASKTAROT, at earthlink.net. And you will get tell me what your question is. A simple question works best. And I will get you a free mini reading. I'll bounce that right back to you. The other thing is, for my regular readings, you can look at magic-works.com, my website, for my rates, and cut them in half. Okay, cut them in half, because I missed so many shows and I had to cancel almost all the readings that people wanted. I wasn't able to do them last year, but I'm better now, which I'm always hesitant to say because that's what Stan Laurel said to Oliver Hardy in the movie Blockheads. He said, "Remember how dumb I used to be? Well, I'm better now." And of course, everything fell apart after that. So, no. But I am better now, health-wise, and at least they've got me patched up and running like a human being. Amanda in Bathurst, New Brunswick, Canada is next. Hi, Amanda. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
Great. What can I look at for you?
I wasn't given a specific. Are you a tarot reader or a medium,
Yes.
or what was it that you do?
I'm a card reader.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Now,
Okay,
I'll answer anything. I'll answer anything except whether or not they're serious about making Canada the 51st state. Okay, because that's nuts.
I don't want to think about it.
You know?
I don't want to think about it.
Anyway, so what would you like to look at in the cards?
I want to know if I'll ever reconnect with a friend I had, Mac.
A friend that you had?
Yeah. He's alive.
Okay, good. That makes it easier.
No contact. Yes.
But I have a feeling we connect with the people who are not alive far more than we suspect. So.
Yeah, I'm a reader myself. Yeah.
I was talking last week with one of the callers about a book called How I Discovered My Mediumship, which I have at mojoacademy.org. It's a fascinating book about one of the most prominent early 20th century mediums and what, the living hell that she went through because of it. And it's a story of perseverance. So you do medium work, you said?
I don't practice it. But I can.
Yeah, the same with me. I mean, I'll do it by looking in the cards, but I wouldn't label myself one. The people who do this full time, it all started accidentally because they didn't realize that they had that ability, and it's always a sad thing. Well, let's see if you reconnect. I'm not seeing the situation moving because the center card I have here is the Two of Swords, which is a situation that's staying the way it is. But the Three of Coins is an interesting card that symbolizes completion. It's almost as if the cards are saying that this friendship had run its course.
Yeah.
The Queen of Coins, Queen of Corns. That's good. That would be great. The Queen of Coins is here, but I don't see how that fits in. But the next card is the Star, which is a card of hope and optimism. So I'm not going to rule it out completely, although the cards that I see, I label it a long shot. Although nothing.
It was a toxic cycle, so that.
Oh, okay. So, well, the Three of Coins is about it's in a different realm of activity, but it's about completion, and it's about something that's done and over, and the Two of Swords is about a situation that's kind of stuck and not going to move anywhere. As I said, the Queen of Coins, I don't know what the heck that's doing there, and the Star tells me that there is a chance. So. As a reader, if you can figure out if that says anything to you, the Queen of Coins, let me know. Could recommend.
To me, I feel like I would have to initiate.
Well, yeah, see, that's an interesting thing because the Three of Rods is here too, and that's about, in its broader sense, waiting for results, and waiting and waiting and waiting. You know, but it does. The results do come through eventually. So you see, the cards are kind of they're giving and taking, you see. My interpretation of this is don't hold your breath, but it's possible. Okay?
No, that's okay. That's all right.
Anything else?
Probably best. Thank you. I actually.
Oh.
Well, if I still had a chance for another one.
Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to know how my neighbor felt about me.
Okay, take a look. How your neighbor feels about you. There's a good one, right?
Yep. There's two of them. They're a couple.
Well, the Nine of Coins is about somebody who's comfortable just being alone. And not a hermit necessarily, but somebody who's able to enjoy being alone. And the Four of Cups is people who, I represent somebody who doesn't see the true feelings of the person that they're dealing with. So I think they're hiding from you emotionally would be a good way to look at it. Do you get that feeling?
I suspected that the boyfriend has a thing for me, and I think it's causing some weirdness.
That's a possibility, because the cups would indicate that's a great possibility. But yeah, I can see that there's that there's something under the surface here. That's what the Four of Cups would be about. You know, that's the one that shows a card with a hand coming out of a cloud, offering another cup. So I believe that. Well, the next card maybe puts the whole thing in perspective. It's the Five of Swords. So somebody kind of behind the scenes who's not too pleased with you and is kind of working against you a little bit. So there you go. I think your intuition is correct that one of them is upset with the other about you. How's that?
Yeah. Okay, it would make sense. That's awkward. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, those things come and go. You know, people get over them too. So maybe it'll blossom and maybe it won't. You know, it could be a beginning of something wonderful, or it could just be a phase, right? We'll see.
I just want to be civil.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good way to go. I like that one. That's for sure. But I mean, we had a horrible neighbor here for years. The problem was compounded because he was an ex of my wife's brother. So you know, so I know what you mean. You know, it can be very bad. Yeah. But I think you'll come out of this okay, because they have the World, a card of healing and health and growth and happiness and success. So I think you'll come out of this fine. Okay.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Okay,
bye now. And you're listening to Reverend Eliot's Magical Window on the Ask One Radio Network, where we get together every Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific to look through the tarot deck. I'm using the Hanson Roberts Tarot today, which I like a lot. It's colorful, it's artistic, it's based on the Rider-Waite deck, and it's pretty, and I like it. Connie in Toronto is next. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi.
Hi, Connie. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah. How are you?
Well,
good?
I'm doing good. Let's see if we can make things better than okay for you. How's that? What would you like to look at?
Okay. I would like to know, I was sick the last few years, and I'm seeing this nutritionist, and I think she's helping me. I just want to know if I'm on the right track. I think I am.
Okay, let's take a look.
She's got me taking a lot of supplements, you know, and I'm trying to just know if I'm going to have a good year.
And I always say to anybody with health concerns, see a health professional. I know you're seeing a nutritionist. That's good. That's good. You might want to just get your regular annual kind of physical on the side there too, just to be sure, because you know things creep up on you. This is why it turned out I missed so many shows last year. I got alarming results in a routine physical. I mean, results along the lines of you're about to die. You know, so I'm a big believer in getting these things checked out. I had a wonderful doctor who said the thing
I'm getting a physical in April, and I'll get all my blood work checked in April.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what he will check. Other than that, I don't know what he will check, but
One of the doctors I saw, one of the physicians and surgeon, was honest enough to say that he considers himself a plumber. So the people who deal with the more lofty things like nutrition and the holistic stuff are very important too. But if you need the plumbing worked on, they're good. They're like auto mechanics, actually. So let's see. Asked
my doctor is kind of like, I don't know. He'll do the physical, but he doesn't like check everything. Like he's just kind of like that. Like I'll have to tell him, check this, check that, check this.
Oh, he's at least you're not passive. That's what's good. You are.
Yeah.
You asked about the coming year, and it will be good for you because you have the Ace of Cups. That's the beginning of good things in terms of emotion, feelings. Sometimes it relates to romance. Other times it's just about feelings. The Page of Swords is here too. The Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords are good because one relates to the heart and one relates to the mind. And the swords are about you're developing new, powerful ways of thinking. You have some struggle ahead.
I know what I'm doing.
I have the Five of Rods here, which says you're going to have some struggle ahead of you, but you'll be fine. This is you can handle it. You can make it work out. I think the Eight of Swords says that you're feeling kind of stuck, and the Two of Swords is here too. That's pretty much the same thing. But you have the Ace of Swords, which again is the firm beginning of a new way of thinking. So you're not going to feel stuck for long, is what I see. You're going to break out of that.
Yeah.
The important thing is that this year, for you, it's going to be characterized by a rebirth of your emotions in many different ways and a rebirth in the way you think and see the world. And it's going to serve you very, very, very well. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. I kind of see that coming.
You feel it. You feel it. And you see, that's good.
I'm feeling it because I got to go see an orthopedic surgeon for my hip. And I'm just checking all things because I've been in so much pain for so long.
Oh, and, no, these days there's really no reason to be in pain for a long time.
Then I just got to know how to.
There's no real reason to let yourself be in pain for a long time. So, take care of it. They'll help you out. They'll get you going. You do have a good healthcare system up there in good old Canada, and I maybe that's why they want to subsume you into the United States and make you the 51st state, so that we can get your healthcare system. That might be the reason. I think you and I discovered something. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know what Trump's trying to do. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It might work.
I'll tell you what he's doing, and this is a New York thing. This is a New York business thing. I've been around New York businesses all my life, and I can tell you they have this thing called management by upheaval or management by revolution, where if a new chief executive comes into a company, the first thing he does is shake it up for no particular reason other than to shake it up. It's just tradition. And I think that's what he's doing. That it strikes me that that's what New York business people do. And he's a New York business people. So he's going to have to work his way through that because it works in New York business, but I don't know if it's going to make friends in Ohio or any, So I'm not going to give him advice because he in a very bizarre way he knows what he's doing. But the question is, what will the results be? And of course, I don't normally discuss politics here, but that's not a political thing. Management by upheaval is a time-honored tradition in New York. When the new boss comes in, people start sending out resumes because they know what's going to happen here. It may happen in other parts of the country, but to me, it's a New York thing. I'm going to leave you with one card, which is the Four of Rods, which is a card. It's a card of happiness and a serene home and a very good time. So I think you're headed for a good year. Okay.
Well, things are getting better around here. Yeah, they are. And I feel better. Like my health feels better. I think I'm on the right track. I'm just going to make sure that I double check everything. That's all. I bought a new car and everything. And I think I hope I bought the right car. That's all
Well,
I'm going to say. Hope I bought the right car.
You'll find out, but I'm a big believer in double checking everything. I'm a big believer in redundancy too. I used to joke with my wife.
I double checked and I double checked and I double checked, and now they want me to get this extended warranty, and I'm like, I don't know, do I really need that? I double check everything.
Yeah, ask around.
I double check and triple check everything.
Yeah, just to finish what I was going to say, because this is a thing with me. I like redundancy, so I have backups for almost everything I do. But I used to joke with my wife that I've got another wife across town on the east side, until I realized that that's not a very funny thing to say, because she wouldn't talk to me for a week. So there you go. So listen, it's been great talking to you, and the best of luck to you. I think you're going to do very well with all of this. So keep me posted, okay? I can be reached through askoneradio.com. I can be reached through magic-works.com. I'm easy to reach. Just Google Reverend Eliot's Magickal window. And if you want me to pull a few more cards, I'll be happy to do that for you on the house anytime. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
My pleasure. Bye-bye now. And let's shuffle up the cards again as we're rounding the corner here. We're way past the halfway mark. That's good. I'm glad to be doing this, because 2 shows in a row is a benchmark for me, folks. It's been a long time. This is show number 402. 402. Think about that. That's don't think about it. There's no reason to think about that. You got other things to think about, I'm sure. Felicia in Greeley, Colorado is on. Hi, you're on with Reverend Eliot. Well, that's the end of Going West, young man. Well, I'm neither going west nor am I a young man, as you can see. But are we getting Felicia back? And okay, so in the meantime, why don't I tell you this? This is how cards are shuffled. It's boring, isn't it, to see somebody shuffling cards? But I just, again, I'm glad to be back, and I've got something that I carry around all the time now. I happen to like it. It's a little thing. You may have seen my button, and I don't know if this will register. This is. I enjoy reading books, but I'm crazy about reading tarot cards. I don't know if you can see that. It's a nice button that I wear. Well, I took that design and I stuck it on the face of a watch, a beautiful, gentlemanly, stylish pocket watch, and I carry that everywhere that I go. It's my new favorite watch, and I'm going to cherish that. And at my age, it's not unreasonable to think that I'm going to have it as long as I live. Because even if the battery runs out, you never can tell how long it's going to be. But I have things like that at my Zazzle store. If you want to go there, you can go to any page at magic-works.com and go to the bottom, and you'll see a link to my Zazzle store, and you'll see a lot of really nice stuff. They do really good work. They do, and they stand behind the work. I mean, they do a great job, and they back everything up. It's very nice. So this is if you're looking for a gift, and again, wait for a sale. Again, I that's the New Yorker in me. That's, as Woody Allen said, the biggest sin is buying retail. That's New Yorkers. We always look for the discount. Shelley in Simi Valley, California is next. Hi, Shelley. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Well, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing okay. I'm shocked you got through to me.
Well, here I am. What can I look at for you?
Thank you. I have some health issues going on, and I'm under the care
of going around these days. Yeah.
Like 3 different neurologists and a neurosurgeon, vascular surgeon. Mm-hmm. I was just hoping you can give me, I don't know, not advice, I'm not saying for that,
right,
but thinking outside of the box a little bit of what I can do with some of these issues, and
well, I can
send
tell
from
you
one doctor to another. Yes.
I can tell you something that would probably, it's not replacing medical, what I'm about to tell you, okay?
Okay.
Never think that. And I think it's very clear. It's a book. It's an old book from the 1930s, if late 30s, early 40s. And it's about psychic healing. And now it's not about like miracle cures. You know, it's not about magic, faith healing, if you know what I mean. It's a different thing altogether. It had a different meaning back then. And you can find that at my website, which is mojoacademy.org.
Okay.
And it is a book that gives you certain things you can do to ground yourself and center yourself. Breathing exercises, meditation exercises, things to cleanse the mind. Because when you're not doing well physically, it takes a big toll mentally. And
Oh, it is.
yeah, I mean, I found that out years ago, but I just found it out in spades. I am up to my eyebrows in doctors these days, and you got to have a very positive attitude around those people.
Oh, I'm trying to.
But
I'm
it's
just, you know, there's so
yeah.
many different areas. I don't know which one to approach first, or if I'm not thinking outside the box good enough to go to one person to guide me on everything.
Well, go to as many people as you can, as many specialists as you're able to, and consider this book, because this book gives you things to help you in your attitudes towards illness and things
And
of that
it's called
nature.
psychic?
I don't have the exact name right now, but it's about. You'll see it's in big letters. It'll say psychic healing. It's a long title,
Okay.
but it says psychic healing.
Okay.
You can find that at mojoacademy.org.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, how do you spell that? M-O-J-O?
right, mojoacademy, one word, .org.
Okay.
And if it's
I'm going to
not
do that when we hang up. Yeah.
okay, and if it's not there, I think it is, but you know, I've had a hectic year. If it isn't there, then go just pick any one of the books which has a link to see it at the printing plant, and go to the printing plant and then click on my store. You can find you'll see Reverend Eliot's other items, and do it. But
Wow,
I'm also
okay.
I'm going to put a link. If it's not there now, I'll put it there when we get off the phone, because if it's not there,
Oh, I'd appreciate that.
that's grossly negligent if it's not there. But I'm reasonably certain it's at the homepage. But if it's not
Okay.
there, I will definitely put it there as soon as we get off the phone.
Thank you. Okay, I'm not going to take much of your time up, but this is at least another lead into something else.
Yeah, because this is about caring for yourself in a different way. You know, it doesn't say don't go to doctors, that's for sure. It doesn't
Right.
say this is a replacement for medical. That would be grossly irresponsible. But it's about how to do certain things that will enhance your mental and psychic persona, so to speak. And it's
To
worth
maybe
doing.
understand what's going on more with your body.
Yeah, it'll help you with that. And you see, meditation technique is important. I have gotten through some grotesquely bizarre medical procedures, which they told me, that, you know, you're going to hate me for doing this. And I say to them, well, would you prefer if I just fall asleep while you do it? And they just bust out laughing. And then the next thing you know, they start working on me and I go to sleep. And then when they
Oh,
wake me
wow.
up, they say, how did you do that? How did you do that? And I said, I'm going to tell you, but you won't believe me. And I tell them there's
Power of suggestion.
it's mind
No.
power, meditation.
Yeah.
I wrote a book called Bending Spoons with Your Mind and Other Miracles of Mind Power, where I go into meditation and the power of that there. That stuff. And they all the doctors tell me that is so fascinating. I'm going to talk to you about that again. I'll call you tomorrow. Guess how many have called me?
Everyone.
None of
Now,
them.
one.
No, they never do. This is
they
just
don't
the way
believe
it
it.
goes. That's right. Even though they saw with their own
And
eyes.
they saw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
At one point, somebody they inserted a catheter in my left arm that went through to my heart, And they said, this is going to be extremely uncomfortable. And I said, well, then I'll just go to sleep. And they thought it was funny. And then when it was over, the two doctors said that we've been doing this for over 20 years. We never saw anybody fall asleep while we did it. And I said, well, it's about mind control. It's about controlling your body and mental attitude. And they wanted to say, well, we're going to have to talk to you about that. And that's the last I heard from them. You know, it's like a bad first date, you know? So no.
Yes. It's being open-minded to it, though.
But they're not. They're just not. And it's too bad. It's just too bad. So I take a look at mojoacademy.org and look for that book on psychic healing. And again, the title is slightly sensationalistic. It's because it's really about taking care of yourself so that you can be receptive to healing, which is
that makes sense to me.
So take a look at that. And like I said, if it's not there, then check tomorrow, because tonight I'll put it on the website. But I'm pretty sure it's there.
And then I'll text you guys. I'll write a little note if I can't find it.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Well, my pleasure. It's great to talk to you. You're a very uplifting person. So I think that you've got more than half the battle there, which is maintaining a positive attitude. So I think you'll be fine. Thanks for calling.
Things change. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
And let's get in one more call. Suzanne in Halifax, Nova Scotia. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, you're on with Reverend Eliot. Is this Suzanne?
Hi. Yes,
Hi.
it is.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good.
Great. What can I look at for you? I've got a few minutes left. Quite a few minutes left. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
What would you like to see?
Well, I'm just a basic, for myself, just a basic reading. If you can just
Sure.
tune into that.
I'll now that I've spoken to you a moment, I will shuffle the cards and see if they pick up any vibrations, which of course they will. That's how they work.
Sure.
And they'll be your vibrations, not mine. That's the interesting thing. Let's see what we get. You know, when I started doing this, I didn't think it would work going through satellites and computers and phones, but it really does well. Okay.
Interesting.
This is an interesting reading here. It's
okay.
The page of coins is here. This is the beginning of the appearance of money in your life. It means a new income stream can open up. It means you can inherit money. There's money coming your way, according to this. The pages are the earth cards, and the earth cards are the solid appearance of it. If it was the knight in the court cards, I would have said it's the potential for money appearing. But this is a page, which means it will be appearing. The Two of Swords is here, so that tells me it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to happen right away. The next thing that's here is another sword card, and this is one of the ugliest cards in the deck, but it's really good. It shows a person lying face down in the mud with 10 swords in her back. Now, that doesn't mean you're dead. That means that life threw its worst at you, and you're going to get up and keep going. That means the worst of the thing is over. If you've been going through some bad times lately, the worst has happened and it's over. So have you had some rough times lately?
Health-wise, yes.
Well, according to this, the worst is over. The moon is here, which is a card. The moon is a card that is important. It says to pay attention to your subconscious, to maybe keep a dream journal. Your subconscious mind is probably trying to tell you something. So pay attention to your dreams is what I see. And the High Priestess is here. Now that combined with that card tells me that you're a very spiritual, powerful person. That you can.
I am. I'm psychic. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have the gift, you have the power, And I could sense that, which is why I checked myself when I talked about picking up the vibrations in the card. And I repeated that it's your vibrations they'll be picking up, because there's, even through all this machinery, I can sense an aura here about you, which is definitely powerful. The Nine of Rods is here. Whatever is coming your way, you're prepared for. This is a card about a person who's been through the ringer, which of course is implied in the Ten of Swords too, because the world threw a lot of bad stuff at you, but you're still here and you're going to do well. The Empress is here. The Empress and the High Priestess are two of the most powerful women in the deck. The Empress makes things happen, makes things grow. You're going to do well. You're going to do fine. You're going to do well fine financially, emotionally, mentally. That's the Swords. I just see nothing but good stuff coming your way.
Okay.
So that
sounds great.
There's no doubt about it. Here, the Page of Coins and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords means that I had that earlier for somebody. It means a new way of thinking. That your mind is evolving and growing, and you're doing quite well with it as it grows. So you're ready for this. That's what that Nine of Wands meant. You're ready for this. Whatever comes your way, you can handle. So hang in there, and the good times are going to start for you. You're going to have a very good year and a powerful year.
That's good.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for calling. Well, that's it. We've come to the end of another segment of Reverend Eliot's Magical Window, although this one is a little bit different, which you've probably noticed. Anyway, gosh, this was good. You know, I was so chatty last week that I think I only did 3 readings. So I'm glad I got more in today. And that's a very good thing that I want to make sure that people see. So I'm going to put that on my the psychic healing book. I'm going to put that, like I said, if it's not at my website, which it should be, it will be. I'm also going to put it at my Twitter feed, X, and I will share that with the Ask One Radio Twitter feed, so you can see it there too. You can always get to Ask One Radio's Twitter feed through askoneradio.com. There's a link there. And this is a very important book, especially if, like with me, you're getting really bound up in the medical establishment. I've got nothing against them, except I wish they'd listened a little bit better. I mean, I actually had one doctor last year who gave me some medication for high blood pressure. It's a very common thing. I never had high blood pressure until I had COVID. It left me with high blood pressure, which is just, that's the way it goes. That, and why, you know, it's bad enough, but he prescribed a medicine for me. And I said to him, I can't do it. I can't use this. It's making me dizzy and throwing up. And he said, no, it's not. And that's a red flag in my book. I said, yeah. It is a problem. And he said, no, it's not. I have 2,000 other patients and nobody complains of that. And I said, I don't care. I'm telling you, I gave this 2 chances, and each time I took it, I got dizzy and started throwing up. And he said, that's not possible. So, okay, fine. I'm not arguing anymore. You know. So I looked up the medication at a medical website, which I never do before I take a medicine. For obvious reasons, too. It's the internet, for goodness sake. So I went to a very respected hospital's website, and there, under that medicine, under side effects, at the top of the list, was nausea and dizziness. So you see, like I said, I just wish that some of these people would listen a little bit better. And I get very persnickety with bad doctors. I enraged a doctor when I was in the hospital last year in November. When the guy started lecturing me on something that he had no business lecturing me on. And I said, you have no business talking to me like that just because you went to vocational school. and he turned red. You know, I used to pull that one on lawyers all the time. But, I happen to be an attorney, they would say in a discussion, you know. I said, oh, good for you. You went to vocational school. But apparently doctors really resent being told that. And that was worth knowing and filing away. A committee of doctors came to visit me and asked me what the hell I said to that guy to drive him crazy. And I told them, and they laughed. And that's when one of them said, you know, we're just plumbers. One of the surgeons said, we're just plumbers. And that guy I liked. There was a decent, honest doctor. Hope I never see him again, but that's not personal. That's just for trade reasons. You know? I don't like having my innards rearranged. It's like I said, I'm up to my eyeballs in medical stuff. So let's get down to a little business here. Check out magic-works.com. If you're new to me, and some of you may be, because we're doing this a new way now, go to magic-works.com, which is my website, so you can see everything that I do. I'm very transparent about that stuff. It's all there, about 100 pages there. There's movies there, there's videos there, there's books there, there's books I've written, there's books I recommend. Oh, there's all kinds of good stuff there at magic-works.com. It's a website I enjoyed building. And I had to build it twice because I've been on the internet so long that my first website became obsolete. It didn't work anymore, so I had to redo it. Well, so I rebuilt it from the top down. And then I've added other websites like mojoacademy.org, which is where you'll find the books and the audio that we do here at the Occulto Cave, whatever you want to call it. It's the Purple Grotto, the retreat that I use for my esoteric work. And I'll be showing you things here from time to time as we go on in this new leg of our journey. And also check out the 10 Lost Books of the Prophets.com, because that's a set of books I really recommend. If you're even slightly curious about the esoteric lore, those are the books for you. The 10 Lost Books of the Prophets. They've only been available in original copies from the 1930s, so about this big, little teeny books. I digitally restored them. I cleaned them up. I took out the typos. There was work. That's why it took a year to restore those things. I took out the typos. I put them back into 10 books. A 7.5 by 7.5 is the size, so it's good. It's a good size. It's hefty, and it's available in hardcover for the first time ever in history. You can find all that at 10lostbooksoftheprophets.com. Well, that's it for the Carnival Barker part of our get-together. I am going to bid you farewell now until next week, unless you want to send me an email at asktaro@earthlink.net, and I'll be happy to chat with you about anything you want to. My rates for having a conversation with you are very affordable. They're free. I don't charge for talking to you. So that should do it. So until we meet again, remember, time flies. It's up to you to be the navigator. Bye-bye now.